Mob Psycho is an anime that defines the term special kids. We're being slightly on the internet service provider called The Spectrum. Grants you superpowers like telekinesis, arson, gaslighting, and the right to wear deodorant at Anime Expo. All of this free will and power just for a kid with a Gucci bucket haircut to knock everyone down and make us realize, I'm actually not that special, but I am better than the pink sauce lady. This is Mob Psycho the Supercut. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about this intro. He got so mad he turned into a Karen. Look at him. Here we got anime's best finesser. Reigen's him. Gary Busey's so lost he wound up in an anime. Oh look, it's his nurse. Alright, so this woman wants Reigen to exercise a nurse that's been haunting her. He agrees to help and it says it might also fix her face. Yo, why you gotta do that? Reigen tries to show up and says that he can sense the spirit. Wrong house, my guy. The boyfriend thinks Reigen's getting a little sus, but Reigen's got 100 charisma and says he can sense another spirit. It's a Balchinian. Nah, but for real, this is where shit goes down. What are you doing? Pause. Let's play a little game in the comment section. Explain this scene, just wrong answers only. I'll go first. Bro failed No Nut November. Alright, back to the story. Turns out it was haunted. Are you gonna let Broccoli Man headbutt you? Reigen lets out his milk bath attack. It's his special technique. Oh, it's just salt. That's the My Hero fandom in a nutshell. Gotta call for backup. Mob has that Dio walk down. My man just walks in, looks at him. Broccoli Man wasn't having it, then just gets zapped out of nowhere. No pre-fight banter or anything. Fun fact, the creator named him Mob because his hair reminded him of a mop.
Lie.
I literally just made that up. Don't trust strangers on the internet. Mob gets paid for his work. Child labor's fun. Goes to school and sees his crush. Oh, look at Mob. Just like me in school. It wasn't a good time. After school, he gets a call for another job. They meet up in the tunnel. Once they're in, they run into a bunch of small spirits. Mob takes care of them. Reigen tries to dip out, like my dad. He then runs into the leader of the Blue Man group. Kind of looks like Dr. Manhattan. Their whole gang died because they slipped on a banana peel. They were on 50cc. Anyways, they get into it. The attack gets blocked. Reigen hits him with the United States of Salt. Another one. Didn't really feel that. Don't worry, Mob takes care of it. Before he's finished off, the spirit tells him about a bigger one further down the tunnel. A wild Pokemon appeared. It's the amalgamation of Twitter K-pop stans. It bites Mob with online harassment. He just turns his phone off and calls it a day. Speaking of turning off, Reigen's about to hit another lick. Oh, you already know that guy's gonna come back for round 2. Oh, we got another one. Alright, so this is the telepathy club. They need to find a new member in 2 days, or they'll get kicked out of the room. It's like a race to see who'll get rejected the most. When all is down, the savior appears. He's not sure if he wants to join, so he's taking some time to think about it. Reigen and Mob sneak into an all-girls school. Not that one. Reigen gets caught because, well, look at him. Mob meets up with the clients. I can't go near roofs because I'll probably jump. They find the spirit that's been haunting the school, and he just wanted to play some basketball. Let him be. Okay, maybe he wanted to play with a different set of balls. Dorothy clapped her heels 3 times and stopped it. Look at Mob's arm with the finishing move. He's a real ladies man. Before the ghost goes away, he's like, this is the most fun I've ever had. Why are you at all-girls school? The time's finally come for him to make a choice. The student council president comes in and introduces the best bros. He asks Mob what he wants to do. Mob thinks about it and has a flashback. Oh, he wants to get laid. Bro, he's just a kid. Just let him be happy. Aw, he's just showing her all the cool shit he can do. She forgot about it pretty quick. And just like that, Heartbreak can turn into the best pre-workout. These guys are the best bros in anime. To celebrate, the gang goes on a run. Anyone can improve themselves if they work hard and stay consistent. I'm not gonna lie, this is me when I was in the Marine Corps. God, I hate running. Mob passed out, so they have to stick a thermometer in his butt to make sure he isn't overheating. You'll leave my man alone, his butt hurts. She doesn't even believe that he's an Esper. She's like, do you even lift, bro? He does now. She finally believes that he's an Esper and wants him to help her communicate with aliens. She just wants to expand her collection of feet pics. After school, Mob runs into a woman straight from the Smile Factory. Mob's too nice to say no to a grown woman. What, in the Mormon? The only religion I'd convert to is House of Robin. This is the guy that started the LOL religion. It's Urine Buddha. This girl's a school reporter and thinks they're using hypnosis on everyone. This guy got converted. She wasn't buying it. Long story short, they convert everyone except Mob. Put milk in your mouth because you all need that D. Travis Scott said screw it. Then he gets everyone to trample Mob like he's at an Astroworld concert. And just like the internet, Mob flips his shit. See, now it looks like an anime protagonist. I still like his mop head though. Dimple ate some Popeye spinach and got buff. That looks like me in every roller coaster photo. He's actually kind of a strong spirit. It doesn't really matter though. The cancel culture is strong with Mob. The next day, he wakes up and receives the Travis Scott apology. That's one way to see if you're still dreaming. Dimple wants to side with Mob because he's kind of a leader. This is Mob's brother Ritsu. The reporter girl wanted to ask him some questions about his brother. Reigen's about to exercise a family photo. The Kardashians call it natural beauty. People think Mob's a god now. His brother's trying to see if he has psychic powers for the 100 point of the time. This dude's trying to get the best bro gang to fight in a gang war. They said their muscles are only used for getting compliments from other guys at the gym. Mob gets a love letter from a secret admirer. A rival school gets a letter to duel. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Take a seat. Are you stronger than a 5th grader? Goes after them. Absolutely wrecks everybody until Owen Wilson shows up. This sack of sunshine reverse Adam Smashers everyone. Mob frees himself from Lucy's rope. Owen Wilson tries to pull a Minato. American Deku attacks with the Stone Age Second Amendment, but Mob still has that Gucci bucket hat power. He decided that he's too woke for his own powers. Gets whiplashed like a 2-year-old on the world's largest wooden roller coaster. Dimple tries to stop him but gets the Marshmallow Man treatment. Just like my childhood, Mob is defending himself from an onslaught of knives. He deflects it, but...
Damn, I messed up. We gotta go bald, fam.
He runs up to Mob and chokes him out. Mob punches him with the strength of Tua, but my boy gets knocked out. Then he rises from the dead like a failed abortion. This is how immigrant parents look at you when you get bad grades. Mob went full dominatrix on him, sucks his sunshine sack. Pause. Then he said, "F*** your school, class, students, teachers. He wants all the smoke, just like the rest of us." He hit that post-nut clarity and felt bad. It's okay, buddy. You'll get that talk soon. He felt so ashamed of himself that he fixed his school. That's the first step on how Mob set up his Von Golo family. Reigen's pulling another con. He thinks he's talking to his dead dad. Oh, he just wants his safe money. Reigen had to pull out America's punch. Porter Girl has been keeping track of Mob and everything he's been doing lately. She's a real Lois Lane. Ritsu gets confused for his brother and gets invited to his secret lab. Here are some other kids who are barely on the spectrum. We have Cowboy Flamboyant, Isekai Sakura, who's the ride-or-die Goku guy. Even his hair's the same. There's Minecraft Steve and Circular Smith. They have telepathy. That's everyone on the Magic Short Bus. The student council president and Ritsu come up with an unethical plan to get rid of the school delinquents. He stresses out about it, then he's like, "Hey, that's good, I'll do it." This poor soul gets framed. If your school social life is over, you might as well go out with a bang. Ritsu can see Dimple. He's alive. Mob's fight accomplishments spreads like a wildfire across all the school districts. They dub him White Tea Poison. At home, Dimple's trying to rizz up Ritsu. It must run in the family. Ritsu learns that he actually is on the spectrum. Dimple tries to take control over him. Like marriage counseling, it didn't work. Go Gadget Pimp Hand. He's getting stronger by absorbing the lowly force and edging Redditors on no fat. He goes back to student services. Flexes on him. Outside, the delinquents attempt to pass Ritsu that fatherly abuse. Like a Hispanic mob, his chancla game is too strong. As he walks away, he's confronted by Fuzzy Jenga. They have some steamer creamers in their pants. Ritsu wants to square up because he's got the juice now. Homeboy hits him with the, "How are you today, sir?" The wind blows like a brown star in the toilet bowl. Ritsu uses that chance to escape. Mob gets stopped on the street by a local Karen. She's just trying to sell him some essential oils in the vase. She kind of makes him break it on purpose. Then her pimp walks in and tries to make Mob pay for it. He ends up calling Reigen in for help. Mr. Pimp then tries to get him to pay, but you can't outcon the biggest finesser. That's what you get. I'm not gonna call him Josuke because that's just too easy. Student council president smelled blood in the water. You're too good for us, man. I wasn't clapping there. That was just me jumping. Speaking of jumping, a gang leader from another school comes by. Bruce Knees gets taken down pretty quick. On the way back from school, the student council president gets jumped. Kinda looks like testicular cancer. Who knew he had a typical gamer setup? Ritsu's channeling his inner Itachi and going after all the other school gangs. Look at that Mario run. Oh, he's kind of screwed. Gotta kiss the homies goodnight. This guy just stood up too fast and got lightheaded. Mob walks in on the fight. Then he asks everybody to forgive his brother. Brokeback Spider-Man jumps from the roof, then snags Ritsu. He's the type of guy to make web-slinging noises with his mouth. Mob actually gets pissed and goes after him. He then hits that Minato Rasengan, gets kicked so hard he receded his hairline. My guy activates his sticky slinky weapon, like poop to a prolapsed anus that goes right through his shield. It had to be done. Superhero landing, watch out. Like a kid asking dumb questions at a family gathering, he kind of gets his shit pushed in. I didn't think YouTube allowed child abuse. Ritsu asked him to stop the abuse. But like a Hallmark movie behind the scenes, it ends with a kid getting Mob releases the 8th inner gate and gets slammed down harder than Lana Rhodes at a basketball game. He then uses bungee gum to suck him back. It has the properties of rubber and gum. He takes him to the scenic route for the Mile High Club, slowly eases him down, then pile drives him harder than Adriana Chechik at TwitchCon. Everyone realizes that Mob's the most sane Discord mod. Mohawk Guy sprays Belle Delphine's bathwater on Mob. He then takes Ritsu and runs away. Meanwhile, Reigen's working on getting that sugar mama money for free. Mob wakes up. Hanazawa explains that the Mohawk Guy is from an organization called the Claw. They even try to recruit him, but he declined. Everyone in that group is an Esper. Some were man-made, some were more natural, but none of them got Riz. The two of them decide to investigate the special needs facility. They find this guy and he lets them know that everyone was kidnapped by the Claw. The kids are at the Claw's 7th Division hideout. They send this guy after Mob. He's top flight security. The gang tries to figure out what to do next until this guy shows up. It's really giving TikTok comment section vibes. Don't worry, he gets the Guantanamo Bay VR experience. He's such a savage. This guy pretty much tells him everything. They go into the woods to find the base. Didn't Logan Paul already do this? Run, Forrest, run. Oh, you stupid mother... Reminds me of the inflatable tube guys you see at car dealerships. Hanazawa gets thrown around like a toddler falling down the flight of stairs. Why is he always standing like that? Mob helps him become one with nature. Everyone inside the cell tries to make a plan to escape. This guy thinks he's Alakazam. They heat up the spoon and they stick it in the hole. The guards try to stop them, but they're taken care of pretty quick. Hanazawa steals the other guy's moves, gives them a ride on his slip and slide, then Dimple takes control over one. They go inside and start terrorizing everybody. Junker Queen shows up for round 2. Like every Junker Queen main, he just rushes in with no help. Mob takes him on a ride in his pinball machine. Look at him go. Dude's just hanging out. Everyone else is trying to rescue Minecraft Steve. They grab him, get caught. Then the old man's like, nah, let him go. They're too strong. Dimple laid the pipe down, found this old torture chamber. The room is used to awaken artificial espers. A wild Pokemon tamer appears. He's got to catch all the Casper the friendly ghosts. He's only interested in ones that died from cringe. Hanazawa was doing his own thing until the human torch Johnny Sins appears. Come on, you know it's gotta burn. This guy thinks he has a foolproof plan. By keeping his guard up, it turns his little circle into a sauna. So he can basically choose to dehydrate to death or burn. I'm getting thirsty just looking at this. Pause. Hanazawa just decides to put a barrier up above off-brand Vegeta. He's getting that Roy Mustang special. He looks like a zombie from God. Ooh, a swordsman appeared. Turkish Pimp appears out of nowhere and hits him with the "Where's my kebab" slap. Mob has a meet and greet. Lean Beef Patty's making a TikTok. It's their followers that are actually attacking Mob. Ritsu beats up some more people. They run into Ed Sheeran's clone. Oh god, he's about to sing The Shape of You. Mob destroyed all the TikTok spam bots. Umbrella Head decides to go in for the kill. Oh damn, she actually hit him. Her ability is to harden herself like Metapod. Or me. She got him pretty good there. So she keeps punching him, and honestly, he's not really taking that much damage. They stop fighting because Mob's crying. He doesn't want to hit a lady. She said she's already been beaten by the workforce, and to come at her with full strength. Dimple gets sliced and chopped. He then goes for the Genji play of the game straight towards the enemy team. He's fallen and he can't get up. Psych, my man's out of there. The spirits chase Dimple. He then goes back into the body. Step Casper, I'm stuck. Dimple goes for the finishing blow, but the guy releases 2 more spirits. Hanazawa gets caught, and this guy got no screen time. Mob runs into Ritsu, who's unconscious. Jay Leno tries to hit it from the back. Mob accidentally hits his ultimate. Jay Leno dances like Ludwig. Hermione Granger actually set that up. Everyone pretty much got caught. Dimple's stuck in the closet. I meant base. He's got to deal with his own spirit royale. Mob wakes up from his post arts and crafts nap. He's just glad to see his brother doing okay. There's some special seal in the room that doesn't allow them to use their powers. Ed Sheeran wants to take the kids to HQ. Reigen pulls up to the base. He says he's there to see his subordinate. Everyone thinks he's the main boss from HQ. Best finesser, I swear. Reigen's both a life advice coach and an actor. If only his business was as successful as his attempts to be around children. Alright, that was kind of bad. Reigen's a real G though. He basically convinces everyone that what they're doing is pretty bad. They're all like, yeah, we're worse than the people that go on TikTok live and beg for money. Everyone meets up again. Reigen's already got them whipped. As they make their way out, they run into the division leaders. Everyone then learns he's not the real boss. This guy just attacks everybody. Yeah, I'd be pissed too if my boss shot at me. Reigen tells them all to run away. Ah, such a good boss. He's like, fuck, I gotta run away too. No! Mob steps up and goes against the Riddler. He's got gravity-based attacks. Things might be looking a little iffy until... Oh my god! He got some airtime on that one. Oh my god, that's not Reigen, that's Hypno. Wonder what he's gonna do with that. He's got some Amber Heard hands. 2 in 1 episode? Zoro goes in for a quick kill. Reigen barely dodges it. Don't be afraid of the guy with the crazy moveset. Be afraid of the guy that strokes his sword thousands of times. Everyone else is ready to hop in the fight. Reigen almost gets sucked into a black hole. Yep, that's kind of busted. Turkish Pimp goes after. Never mind. Ritsu's like, can I do that? Nope. Hanazawa tries to help but gets interrupted by the Kool-Aid Man. He gives him a free haircut because he was looking a little too crusty. He's looking good there. Mob exercises this guy's pet collection. Everyone else is fighting and they're asking for Mob's help. Mob's stressing out. Ritsu's hurt. Reigen's telling Mob to not fight and run away. This guy's gonna kill everyone. It's really not looking good. Reigen survived without a scratch. Everybody's shocked. He said his sword felt like plastic. Ends up taking another hit. Wiffle bat. He just grabs his cursed sword and snaps it. Rika hates him. This guy wants to play Red Rover. He didn't get over. Reigen punches and casually Lucio bops him across the room. He then gets surrounded by the Chemo Rangers. Too bad Reigen's on creative mode. Look at him go. Turns out before Mob exploded, all the energy went to Reigen. Don't forget about this guy. I haven't seen someone smack away that many balls since Don't You Say It. Little guy decides to get serious. He punches him, then he goes through the roof, gets knocked back down. I feel like I'm interrupting something here. After all that, Reigen's totally fine. Reigen then picks him up by his face, tosses him like a deformed baby in ancient Greece, and took his mask off. Oh, this guy's at it again. Obviously, it's not gonna work. They argue over who's got the worst childhood trauma. Oh, he's really mad now. He whips out the lullaby stick, shoots, and failed. Alright, now he's acting like a real Karen. Reigen just called them all immature kids. Now he's just roasting them. My guy's having flashbacks. I kind of feel bad for him. This guy came back. Ew. This guy looks and kind of sounds like Voldemort. The dude's almost as bad as Frieza. Jeez. He can't take it anymore and starts another black hole and then starts sucking everybody in. Mob's out of juice. Oh, this guy's for sure racist. Hey, Ed Sheeran's back. He can reverse any psychic ability. Then he puts the old man back in his grave. Max calls Will Byers a coward. Then he dips out. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about this guy. Oh, hey, Dimple's back. Mob's back in school like nothing ever happened. Aw, they both apologize to the guy. A farmer's asking Reigen for help because of the supernatural activity on the farm. Him and Mob notice all the plants are dead. Jeepers Creepers makes an appearance. That was a little too easy. Oh, hey, Luffy. Oh no, it's the vegan teacher.
Eat your vegetables!
Mob gets wrapped up, buried underground. He's in timeout right now. He realizes that the spirit's controlling the plants, and he decides to do the same, but better. I wonder if this works on Poison Ivy. Spirit was actually possessing a skull. Mob rises up and decides to fist him with his own plants. At the Waffle House, Reporter Girl talks to the Mob disciples and convinces them that they'll meet him soon. In order for that to happen, she wants Mob to grow as a person. The student council president tells everyone all the bad things he's done. Then he steps down as president. At least he's willing to take responsibility for his actions, unlike some people. Mob gets caught looking at his crush. Look at him. She tells him to run for student council president. Why, you might ask? Pretty simple. Tanake's way out of his league. If he becomes president, it will close the gap in their popularity. He may look shocked here, but he's 100% in. Now it's time for the election. Some random dude goes, why is the old president there? Oh, it's his redemption arc. Now it's finally Mob's turn. Best group anyone could ask for. He just stays silent for the full 5-minute duration. At least he tried. Mob gets another love letter. It's a real person. And she asked him out. Aw, she even wants to walk home with him. Everyone's so confused. She tells him she's writing a book. They end up walking home together for the whole week. I like how he just goes home then goes right back to school. Gotta get those steps in. Goes back to work. Reigen says he has a little pep in his step and asks if he has a girlfriend. A little too much pep. Another week goes by and Mob reads her book. She gets mad at him. She's also confused as to why he rejected her but still goes on walks with her every day. Says all Mob does is apologize. Doesn't think he has any feelings. And thinks he ran for president because someone told him to. But the worst thing of all, she only asked him out because of a dare. Yeah, that's pretty rough. The girl runs into her friends again, starts tearing up her book. Mob walks into them and tells them to stop. They don't really care and tell him to leave. Mob then starts picking up the pieces. He's trying to consider his own feelings more. Aw, she helps him pick it up. The wind blew it away. Unlucky. Mob put that thing down, flipped it and reversed it. Smooth. Oh, she saw. This guy's scaring children at a park. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, he's chasing that guy. And they fight.
Come here, bitch.
He said at least buy him dinner first. Big guy chased him down into the woods. Then he gets tased. It starts raining. This woman pops up from the lake and drags him back for spirit mating season. She gets stopped. Oh, hey, big man's an Esper. Unfortunately, he's kind of out of his league on this one. As he's getting dragged down, he breaks free. Dimple took over his body to protect him. They scuffle a bit, but she's too strong for him to take on his own. Reigen and Mob shows up to save the day. She runs back to the lake, floods the woods, and puts a smackdown on everybody. Mob takes care of it pretty quick. On the next job, they're back in a tunnel again. They see the spirit running at them. Mob tries to exercise it, but it doesn't work. Finally, someone worthy. They decide to make a run for it and re-strategize. Mob's having a rough time. She catches up to him and then just kept on running. She must have been running towards a bake sale. This woman has a spirit visiting her all the time. Turns out it was just Artemine. Oh, it's the neighbor. He's got PTSD from Squid Games. He's just your average bathtub streamer donator.
You are scaring the hoes.
Reigen pins him down. He begs to be unbanned from chat. What'd you expect? The next day, Mob gets bullied by some kids from another school. He starts getting choked by his own tie because Ritsu showed up. Why is he still angry? The Body Improvement Club comes through. I feel like this is exactly how Ahsoka wants to go out. Mob and Reigen meet up with their next client who's kind of rich. He hired all the Espers in the area. Even this guy showed up. And don't worry, he's legit now. He kind of looks like he failed art school or something. He thinks his daughter's been possessed and is willing to pay millions to save her. Hey, it's Murasaki Bada. Mob says he doesn't sense anything. Reigen gets to meet the girl first. She says her dad abused her and gave her the Epstein experience. Everybody's just looking at him now. Everybody else in the room doesn't think that she's possessed. Reigen thinks otherwise. Her speech pattern's inconsistent. She doesn't know the Bida 87. Overall, she's just a little off. Oh my god, she's being possessed by the girl from Lazy Town. Dimple's actually run into this person before. His name is Mogami Kenji. He was a really popular Esper that turned into an assassin. After his mom died, he kind of went crazy. He then started sucking up souls left and right to achieve his goal of being the strongest spirit. Yeah, it looks like he achieved it. This old guy tries to exorcise Mogami, but he got possessed instead. He's going for that booty. Finally, we back. Reigen knocked the old dude out, but Mogami ends up choking Reigen. The dad tries to stop it, but gets the ace special. Everyone's freaking out and trying to escape. And twist it! He was pretty much messing everybody up until Mob stops him. He doesn't really care about the body, so he's just trying to call ET to go home. This actually forces Mob to stop. He ends up going all out again, willingly for once. This actually backfired because his spirit ended up fusing with the girl and making it stronger. Mob decides to knock himself out. Dimple's protecting Mob while Mob's having his outer body experience. Mob's like a rogue. He likes to do it from behind. He gets inside the mine and has a talk with Morgan Freeman. Mogami hits the Thanos slap and Mob slowly disappears. 6 months go by and Mob is all alone. He's been constantly harassed, beaten. They even call him Milk Boy. Dimple opens up a pathway for everyone to escape. He then tries to go inside the mine to help Mob out. Mob finally loses it. Dimple finally finds Mob. He tells Mob to touch grass. He finally remembers. He takes some pre-workout. Today, we're training my will to live. Mob finally woke up. As he's leaving the girl's body, he gets caught by this guy. Really? She apologizes for being a bitch. She was kind of a dick. Mob hangs out with the club for a birthday party. This is the most normal thing he's ever done. He was gonna go karaoke with them, but Reigen called him for work. Shit, I'll be pissed too. He finished the job pretty quick. Mob and Reigen get into it. Damn, that was cold. Mob had enough and said he's not gonna go to work for a while. A week or so goes by and Mob seems pretty happy. Reigen looks like he's avoiding an ex. You already know Dimple has to rub salt in the wound. Reigen gets lonely and decides to read some self-help books. He gives up and says, screw it, I'm just gonna drink today. Not gonna lie, nothing beats the epiphanies at 2:30 in the morning. Post-breakup rule number 1. Keep yourself busy. He decides to throw himself into his work. Kinda pays off. Business is booming. It got so far that he even got into television. In reality, this guy brought him on to embarrass him. He wasn't even conscious and he couldn't let that go. Reigen's gotta exercise Stephen Hawking. He's gotta hit him with that salty Hadouken. He realizes that the kid's just acting, so he kind of just leans into it. It isn't his first time punching a guy in a wheelchair. Now it's this guy's turn. He just tells everyone that the guy isn't possessed. Correct response. After the incident, he gets a lot of online hate. He's more hated than Jared from Subway. It got so bad he was forced to have a press conference. Everybody's just ragging on him the whole time. Reigen has a flashback of when he first met Mob. He's shy. Reigen comes to realize that Mob truly has grown and he's just kind of stayed stagnant the whole time. He apologizes to Mob. Then all the camera equipment starts levitating. This is what I'm talking about. Can't beat the best finesser. It's about time he made up. Jeez. Mob finally decides to ask his crush out, but first he wants to place top 10 in the marathon. Since he won't be able to do it next year, next week's the only chance he's got. Per usual, the boys are always supportive. Oh, those were hand-me-downs? At least they're still new. Even Reigen's helping Mob train. Ritsu finds out about everything and he's a little uneasy. Mostly because of their childhood memories. Why do you go home during hide and seek? Since Mob is training, Dumb and Dumber decide to help Reigen out. These two hop in the shop. Ritsu head like Anne Frank. The girl with the ponytail is looking for relationship advice. Tsubumi also decided to ask for advice. Given the situation, Reigen suggests that she should just ask the guy out. Well, it looks like Tsubumi has some ulterior motives here.
Lied.
She probably only trusted him because Mob works there. It's marathon day, let's go! He's screwed. The race starts and everyone's off. Mob gets tossed around like Mufasa, falls down, but he gets right back up. Even with the ninja leg, he's still pushing it. So shout out to Mob's parents. They're cool. Hell yeah, pass that dude. Halfway through the race, Reigen comes by to help him keep his pace. The Body Improvement Club are in the lead. They're pretty far ahead. Even if Mob doesn't make the top 10, I know he's gonna finish strong.
You got knocked the fuck out!
There's not much else to say. Mob's feeling a lot better, so he's like, I can walk home by myself. Mom's still coming through with the celebratory dinner. Ritsu goes to answer the door. Ed Sheeran's back. Ritsu tells his mom to back up. He says this makes things a little complicated. On his way back home, Mob sees a fire. Well, dinner's definitely ready. He goes inside the house to check it out. As he's going through the rooms, it seems to already be evacuated. Well, these guys are fucked. Mob is trying to figure out who did it. Dimple lied to Mob in the house saying that the bodies are fake. Dang, Mob, no foreplay? Magic Mike gets down to business. Oh, he's an enhancer. Mob doesn't have time for this. As Mob practices shaking a baby, the guy tells him that they were actually on their way to attack Mob's house. The Green Gobbler pulled up. Mob's in the backseat chilling with Scarface and Sword Stroker. He says everyone's grouped up together right now. Off they go. After everyone explains what's going on, Reigen and Dimple have a little side chat about Mob's family. Reigen tells Mob that he believes that his family's still alive. That's a lie. Mob was so relieved to hear that he just knocked out. So all these guys pretty much left the Claw. Now they're trying to figure out what to do once the big shots from HQ come by. They went to Reigen because they thought he was the best leader. They're giving a member from the Claw the Ice Bucket Challenge. He spills the beans pretty quick. So this is the Claw leader. He announces to everyone in Japan that they're about to take over. Ed Sheeran's embarrassed. Ritsu lost his soul. Turns out everyone in the family's safe. He's the one that left the fake bodies there to get Mob mad. At the Claw base, there's a little mutiny going on. Meteo's been hitting the roids. Smoker attempts to catch Luffy. Turns out he works for the government. You can call him Splinter Cell. Rain Man comes out of nowhere. Mr. Agent hits him with that stink breath. How it feels to chew 5 gum. Well, it looks like the mutiny was short-lived. The Goomba got tired of being stepped on by Mario. Rain Man busts out and hits him with the Mary Poppins slash. He's like a puppy. His real name is Hanazawa. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister is making a speech. Shimazaki shows up. He forgot his Jeffrey Dahmer glasses at home. He slips by everybody like deodorant at Anime Expo. If I saw that in person, I would just give up. Shimazaki takes the Prime Minister on a field trip. Hanazawa found them pretty quick. He gets choked out, then releases that teenage angst. I like how after every fight, Hanazawa gets a little stronger by learning more techniques. But that doesn't mean he still can't get rocked. He releases a barrier to protect him and the Prime Minister. A man just teleports right inside, then gives him the Crouching Tiger Hidden Spectrum. Everyone from the Wizards of Waverly Place starts attacking. Most of these guys are self-diagnosed. The group is trying to figure out what to do. Reigen suggests to hold off for a while. Others want to fight. Reigen gets a call from his insurance agent because his office kind of blew up.
No, sir, we can't cover you for the thousands of dollars you spent on Overwatch 2 skins.
Reigen says, screw it, I'll lead you all. Wario and Luigi are already out fighting. They get interrupted by your local friendly plant dealer, and dude's like 30 minutes late. On the other side of town, pigs learn how to fly. Hanazawa is just using them as a distraction, while everyone else is looking for the Ninja Turtles. Reigen's watching over Mob and is notified that the Claw's already on their way. They were hiding in the fridge but got caught. Reigen sprayed them in the face, and it's their bedtime. Reigen, you're so lucky sometimes. The Claw boss is giving some shitty advice. Setazawa's eating it up. I think there's a little disconnect here. Reigen's trying to leave, but Hulk behind him is just trying to smash. Reigen sprays him again. It just made him more constipated. Yeah, I feel you there. Mob is about to get decked until Dimple takes over his body. He's really going in. But Dimple got a little too cocky there. He got flung like a twig at the orangutan exhibit. That's gotta hurt. Luckily his shoe fell off, otherwise he probably would have been dead. Dimple runs away, and the big boy chases him. The rat gang runs into this guy. Dimple protects a group of citizens, tries to take a full hit head on, then gets knocked out of Mob's body midair. Don't worry, Mob's just cosplaying as a baseball right now. I smell cookies. Mob's so strong, he developed plot armor. Come on, man, put your arms down, you're not that big. Homeboy says talk to the hand because steroids aren't for him. Cookie Monster didn't like that. Then he just clotheslines everybody at once. Mob almost got stomped on until the captain stopped it. See, I told you, best bros. Before he gets crushed, he activates his stand. Dimple finally caught up and is using his body. He asserts his dominance. Oh, hey, yo. Threw him on the ground like a turd by Amber Heard. Oh, that rhymes. As they're celebrating, the gingerbread steroid gets up. Captain's out of commish. He goes after them until he forgets about Newton's law of gravity. Mob finally woke up. They finally made it to HQ. The rest of the gang's defending themselves from the Claw. Rule number 1 of fighting in Esper: don't get distracted. The rest of the group decides to take the city back and fight. Back at the tower, they get intercepted by Shimazaki. Ritsu acts as a distraction so Ed Sheeran can go into the building. Mob runs into other Claw members. He tries to convince them to stop what they're doing. They weren't really listening. Future Trunks shows up, commands Vegeta to do his bidding. Ritsu gets tossed around. Things aren't looking too good. A wild Pokemon trainer appeared. He helps Mob, but the plant guy's actually pretty strong. He dropped his vase and tells the guy not to open it. The guy says, fuck it. Should have listened. Mogami's back and looking uglier than ever. Looks like he got isekai'd into Attack on Titan to get new powers. Plant guy's kind of fucked. Mob actually convinces Mogami to let them all go. I was kind of hoping he would go crazy here. Ed Sheeran reached the top of the tower to confront his dad. Not even close. He's got that Trojan protection. Toss him across the room with a flick of the wrist. Sometimes you gotta assert dominance to your son by burning him and then letting him cool off. Ed Sheeran was saving his energy up for 3 months and then busted it on his dad. If only it was that easy. Soulless Eminem tells his son that he traveled the world to see if anyone could beat him in Jenga. Nobody could, which is why he wants to take over the world. Sedazawa was eating that shit up. We come to learn that he has the same power as his son, but he's been saving his nut up for 20 years. Meanwhile, this guy's still fucking everybody up. It's still skill-based matchmaking. Hanazawa thinks the fight's still winnable. Because of that, he gets beat down harder than the comment section in a public apology video. Looking at juicy anime. He even gets teleported to TwitchCon's ball pit, but he has some good lawyers. Yeah, he wasn't ready for that one. Then he gets distracted and gets hit by a rock. Then everyone gets their licks in. He's on the ground like, damn, how'd I get here? This is the voice actor for Sasuke. Of course he's gonna unlock some crazy eyes. Dude looks higher than the crime rate of Brazil. But don't worry, Mob pulls up. I haven't seen someone this excited to fight a middle schooler since... I wouldn't suggest trying this in public. It's been so long. He gave up pretty quick after that. Mob scares the shit out of him and he just runs away. He learns that the rest of the family's safe. You guys are so lucky. He goes to the tower by himself, but Dimple tags along to watch over him. Sedazawa just lets the hostage go. He then tells Mob about his backstory and Mob's like, no, you're being used. They fight, and we come to learn that his umbrella is actually pretty strong. It's his happy place, like horrible moms on TLC. Mob separates the umbrella from him. He then just kamikazes himself. Mob tries to convince him to leave the claw, but he just won't listen. He then absorbs all of his powers and gives it right back to him. The two have a bro moment on the stairs. Ed Sheeran's down for the count. He tells his son that he runs the streets like gum at the bottom of his Skechers. Truth be told, all of his previous experiments failed. Every artificial sidekick was actually given a piece of his power. It's kind of like reverse Naruto. He takes people's powers and he's straight. It's every Playboy Cardi fan before they enter a mosh pit. Mob gives shows some of his powers so he can move. Mr. Worldwide didn't like that. Dimple gets kicked out. Mob starts the fight. Then he gets punched a few times. Reigen comes in to save the day, carefully approaches him, and punches him in the face. Too bad it was only a shadow clone. Reigen then gets blasted, but he's saved by Sedazawa. Everyone else gets knocked off the tower. The botanist bastard comes in and saves him. It's what you get for being a shitty boss. He's so over, he just decides to shoot at everybody. Mob and the boss start fighting in the sky. What's this? Mob smiling? Shouldn't have gotten distracted. Alright, Mob, we get it. You don't want to hurt people. Side note, his aura looks pretty sick. Mob gets knocked down, then smacked with the planetary devastation. Mob is unfazed. He's like, I'm just not strong enough to change your mind. Bro did not take that lightly. Mob forces him to play Twister. Then he releases all the stored power he saved up. And he also turns into Ghost Rider for some reason. They fight for a little, but Bro disconnected his controller and he's spazzing out. White people be like, it's too spicy. Mob tells everybody to run away. He then goes back in to try to help contain the explosion. Still went off. Everyone digs out Mob from the rubble. The next day, everyone's just looking at the aftermath of the blast, and this kind of proves that people will worship anything if it's big enough. The Shortbread crew kind of gets disbanded. Claw leader gets arrested. Mob regains his memories from the night of the explosion and realizes that he transferred all that energy to the broccoli seeds. Sedazawa starts working for Reigen. First, he's got to fix his hair. Should have gotten a fade, but I respect it. And that is the end of season 2. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. I do want to say I kind of feel bad for making the Astroworld joke. So whatever I make off this video, 100% of it's just going to go towards the GoFundMe's for that. And if you just want to donate $1, I'll put a link below. But I do have a couple questions. Was this too long or should I split it up by season 1 and season 2? Also, what anime do you guys want to see next?